Pena here, and welcome to your road test for the province of Ontario. So you just entered, we'll call this the drive test center. All right, you walk in. We'll pretend that those TVs there are their reception area. So we'll go over there. We'll introduce ourselves, sign in, give them our driver's license, pay a fee if we have to, and all that fun stuff. Although I think the fee should already be done. All right. So then the administrator is going to say, okay, so and so, take your vehicle to the back, park in the specific area. The examiner will be with you at the time of your test. So here you are, walking to your test, to your vehicle for your test. Sorry. We'll take this car for your test. It's more visible. All right. So before you even come to the drive test center, okay, the morning before you leave, there's a few things you want to do. All right. First thing you want to do before you leave home is, number one, verify your brake lights. All three brake lights should work in theory. If the top one doesn't work, that's fine, as long as the two side ones work. All right, left and right. All your signal lights should work. All right, no exceptions. Your horn should work, no exceptions. And your tires should be in safe, reasonable driving condition. All right, so if you have a flat tire, sucks for you. You got to go get another car, come back today, or reschedule another test because your vehicle is not safe for the road. All right, your bumper should be attached. I'm surprised. Make sure there's enough fuel in the car. All right, gas is a big thing. You don't want to run out of gas during your test because you're wasting your time and the examiner's time. So make sure you have at least half a tank of gas from the second you arrive at the test center. All right. Once at the test center, before you go inside and register, all right, double check your lights, double check your horn, double check your signal lights. You want to make sure everything's working, because I'm telling you, I heard it over and over again. Oh, they were working when I left home, but they're not working. So that means you have to go get another vehicle, come back, and if the examiner has time, they'll take you out that day, and if they don't, you'll have to reschedule. All right. And that's at your expense, not theirs. It's not their fault that you didn't check your vehicle properly. All right? You're about to become a driver. You have to be responsible to drive. That means you have to take responsibility for your actions. All right? We're not there to baby you. We're there to perform a road test to see if you're mature enough, safe enough to drive on the road, all right, on your own. Okay? That's all we're there. That's what they're paid to do. They're paid to make sure that you're not going to kill anybody the second you drive off on your own. Okay? So, you've checked your lights, you did the circle check on your vehicle, you have mirrors, rear view mirror, and your vehicle is in good condition. So, brake lights work, signal light work, horn works, tires in good condition, and I think that's pretty much it. If I forget anything, I'm sure they're going to let me know. Once you're in your vehicle, before the examiner even comes to you, adjust your seat to the comfortable position that you want it to be in. All right. Adjust your mirrors to where they're supposed to be. All right. Same goes for your rear view mirror. All right. Adjust the steering wheel if you have to. All this costs time, right? Keep in mind that the examiner has 20 minutes to conduct each test, and that's excluding traffic. So if there's traffic on the road, then the examiner is running behind. So you want to save him time by being prepared 100% from the second he gets to your driver's side window. All right. Once he gets there, he's going to introduce himself or herself. They'll say, "Hey, good day. My name is Murphy. Today I'm going to be your driver examiner." So after that, they're going to ask you how you're doing. They're going to ask you a couple questions. They have to verify that you're the right person, right? So they have to double check your identity, your address. They're going to look at your driver's license to make sure that it's you. You'd be surprised how many people try to fraud the government to get a driver's license. Okay. So once that's all done, they're going to do their whole preamble, which is kind of give you the gist of how the test is going to be, right? They're going to try to make you feel as comfortable as possible by telling you that they're going to give you hand signals well in advance, and they're going to tell you the direction that they want you to go in well in advance. They're going to explain the maneuvers that you're going to be doing during your road test. If it's for this video, we'll pretend that you're going for your G1 exit test. So you're going for your G2 license, all right? So your G2 license will most likely be a parallel park, a hill park, and a 3-point turn. In the rare exception that the driver examiner can't find a car for you to parallel park, they might make you do a reverse park or a simulated parallel park. So practice all those 4 maneuvers. All right, you should be able to park your vehicle properly forward and in reverse before you even come to your test. So prepare yourself. Practice makes perfect. All right, 3-point turn, forward 3-point turn is what they're going to want from you. Okay, that's how they do things today. So you want to practice a forward 3-point turn in your hill parks. All right, things change over the years. All right, new methods are implemented. So what your parents went through on their drive tests, on their tests, probably won't even be applicable to your road test today. So make sure you take a course. All right, you want to inform yourself of new laws, new rules, new regulations, new standards, and make sure you do your full 10 hour of driving with your instructor. Even if he tells you 4 hours, you're good, he's just trying to get out of teaching you for another 6 hours when he can be making money somewhere else. All right, so make sure you use your full 10 hours with your instructor. All right, practice makes perfect. And if you don't take your 10 hours, then you're ripping yourself off because you already paid for 10 hours anyways. All right, so you're here, you've practiced, you're ready for your test, you're nervous, we know it, you're stressed, we know it, we keep that in consideration. All right, try to relax, try to be laid back, and hopefully everything will go smoothly because you'll be prepared, right? All right, so the examiner is now in the vehicle with you. They'll read to you some legal spiel, like the law and how you're not going to commit fraud and you're not going to break any rules and regulations and the Highway Traffic Act and such and such. You're going to sign here. They can ask you medical questions, make sure if you're diabetic, that you took your medication that day, that you haven't been unconscious in the past year or had a concussion or anything like that, or you have any crazy heart diseases that can cause you to pass out during the road test and have an accident, all right, without having a specialist say that you're ready for the test safely. Okay, all right, so let's start. If you're parked forward and they ask you to reverse out of your parking spot, what you want to do here is pretty simple. You don't have to put your seatbelt right away, because when you reverse out of a parking spot, you want to be able to look behind you. You want a full 180 view of what you're looking at. Make sure there's no cars, pedestrians, dogs, cats, and you name it. All right. Once you back up, all right, put your seatbelt on right away once you're straightened out, and then you can start your road test. It's always good to signal, if you can, the direction that you're going to be turning in. All right, so if I'm backing up and I'll be turning to the right, I want to signal that I'm backing to the right, just so people have an idea of where I'm going. Same applies if you're driving out of your parking spot during your road test. So you're parked, you're waiting, the examiner is going to say, all right, when you're ready, we're going to start, we'll turn to the right. Signal to the right, quick check, make sure there's nobody there, and off we go. You don't want to do burnouts. There's a bounty set on me. Apparently I failed somebody. Alright. Let's say you get to an intersection like this here. Alright. As you're approaching, alright, you want to slightly slow down. You want to adjust your gap. And this is a crosswalk. Even though there's no lines, it's a crosswalk. So you want to stop at about here. You should never be blocking a crosswalk. Alright. So this is where you would stop. Look around, left, right, clear. There's a pedestrian. We'll let him go first because he has the right of way. What the? Oh yeah, it's true. There's a bounty on me. And that's how that ends. Respawn, come on. Where's my car? Come on, car. Hopefully that never happens to you during your road test, because that would be that'd be pretty crazy. This one? No. What the? That was nuts. I need a car, man. Alright, it's not working out. Stop it. The car right here. Alright. So now, I'm gonna steal a car to finish our test. Oh my goodness, can't win today. You don't want to start a car chase either. You don't want to drive on the wrong side of the road. You always want to drive on the right side of the road, not on the sidewalk. Sounds crazy, but it's happened. Whoa. See, that's some driving skills right there, ladies and gentlemen. Cops are still after me, what the hell? I ain't did anything. I just took a car. Gotta finish my road tests. Whoa, that's a horrible car. Let's get out of there. Let's find another one. It's not good for teaching you guys how to drive. It's too fast. Let's take this one. Another cop car gonna come and find me here. Watch. No. Stop it. A nice car. Kinda want it. Alright, I'll go find like a rural area because there's a lot of traffic here. Alright, so if you're driving on a road that has 2 lanes, you always want to stay to the right, no exceptions, unless you're instructed to do so. Alright? And if you're instructed to change lanes, you want to signal everything you do. Check your blind spots, check your mirrors, change lane safety. I don't know if the music's too loud. I hope not. Turned it down. This should be a video of how not to drive. instead of a video of how to drive, because it's a lot harder to follow the rules of the road in this game. Boom! See what happens when you don't pay attention? Bad things. And this is why you should always drive on the proper side of the road. I think I'm approaching this rural area soon. The steering's going to shit. I'm gonna have to edit these videos like crazy because this is not how I thought it would go. I didn't think I'd have a bounty on my head and I'd get executed during my road test and get a phone call while I'm driving. This car's maybe too fast, so fuck it. This one's ruined. I like this one better. It's like a slow Jaguar. Alright, I'm just gonna see if the sound is too loud because it's blasting my ears and I don't want it to be too loud when I'm talking to you guys. Audio. That's why it's so loud. There you go. This world. Alright, let's try this again. Alright, so we've done our circle checks, we've done our preambles, all that stuff. Now you're ready to start your road test. Alright, boom, get in the car, the examiner gets in the car, blah blah blah, yes, yes, yes. When it's safe to do so, we're going to start by going to the right. Signal to the right, look left, check around, go. Slowly, you're in a parking lot full of people that don't know how to drive and want to learn, even though they should already know how to. Alright, so we're approaching our first intersection. This is a crosswalk, right? Even though you can't fully see it, it's still a crosswalk. It's still the side of the road, right? So you want to give pedestrian room to cross. This will be your initial stop. Stop, look right, look left. Safe to proceed, you do so. The examiner is going to tell you when it's safe to proceed. We're going to turn right. Signal right, look left, go. Green light, good for us. There we go. When it's safe to do so, we're going to turn left. Signal, check your blind spot. Green light. We're going to go to the middle because it's a green light. Yellow, signal, turn. There you go. Yay. You're allowed to turn on the yellow red light when it's safe to do so, if you feel comfortable doing so. Keep driving. Stop sign. Where's the stop line? There you go. So your stop position will not be the stop. The stop is letting you know that there's a stop coming up. So your stopping position will be here. In this case, we're turning right, so it's right there. Your front bumper should never cross the white line, all right? So this is where you're gonna stop. Do your stop, look left, look right, signal, make sure the signal's already on actually, proceed. So here we go, drive, 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 drive. Make sure you follow the speed limit. You want to stay within 5 of the speed limit. And in a school zone, you want to stay on the money. Another stop, red light. Same thing, red light. You want to stop right about here. Green light. As you're going, you want to look right, make sure there's no cars, go. Obey the speed limit again. School zone, no exceptions. Follow the speed limit. This is a curve that's turning. You don't have to signal. When it's safe to do so, we're going to turn right, put your signal, look left, look right as you're turning, no pedestrians, go. When it's safe to do so, you're going to stop behind the car in front of you, and you're going to do a parallel park behind it. You're going to want to stop like that. Approximately like that. Alright. Put your signal. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. Okay, it's going around. And that's going to actually happen during your test. Some cars are not going to care that you're on the test and they're going to blow past you, alright? So you want to signal, observe, turn your wheels completely to the right, alright? And then you start reversing. Over here, if you feel comfortable, you can take off your seatbelt, lean over to the passenger side seat so you can look properly behind you and start reversing. So you're going to start reversing like that. As you're backing up, it's kind of a little hard there because it's a game. I would say about this point, you're going to kind of slowly start straightening out your wheels like that. Technically, you would do it in one motion, not in 3, right? So you would just gradually correct yourself, okay? And then as you're backing up, start turning it the other way. And you're going to drive forward to correct yourself. You want to see the tires of the car in front of you touching the ground. People will take pictures of you during your tests, alright? So you want to ignore them. You want to keep at least a minimum, actually I should say a maximum of at least 30 centimeters from your tires to the curb, alright? Anything further, then you're just blocking the road, you're impeding traffic. So the closer to the curb you are, the better, alright? So you did your parallel park, you put the vehicle in park, alright? You don't have to turn off the engine. The examiner is going to say when it's safe to do so, you can proceed. Alright, so in this case, you're here. You're going to signal to the left. You're going to check your blind spot to the left, your mirror, your rear view mirror. Maybe give it another glance. Then go. Just like that. Slowly, nothing crazy. And then go. There you go. You just completed your parallel park. Hopefully not as choppy as this, but you get the point, right? When it's safe, turn right, no stop, no yield, signal, slightly slow down, keep turning. When it's safe to do so, turn left, stop. See here, there's no stop sign whatsoever, but it clearly says stop on the ground. So that becomes a stop. Again, you're going to stop about here to the line without having to correct yourself. You want to slowly correct your speed as you're approaching while you're checking your blind spot. Alright, signal to the left, safe. They have a red light. I don't have a light, so I can go. Keep a safe distance between yourself and the car in front of you, right? It's at least a 2-second gap. minimum, depending on the speed you're going. The faster you go, you want to increase the gap. When it's safe, turn right. No car, green light. This is weird because there would never be a stop sign and a traffic light. It would be one or the other, right? So, green light, red light. In Ontario, you're allowed to turn right on a red light where indicated, but you have to treat the red light as a red light and a stop sign. So you would approach, stop, do a complete stop behind the line, and then creep up, make sure it's safe with your signal on, and go. So when it's safe, turn right, no stop, just turn right. When it's safe, turn right. When it's safe, I want you to pull over to the right side of the road and come to a complete stop. We'll say at the building here. So right here, pull over to the right side of the road, come to a complete stop. Make sure you put your signal, check your blind spot, move over to the right. All right. When it's safe, I want you to do a 3-point turn. So look back, put your signal to the left, look back, check your mirrors, look back again. Go like that, crank your wheels completely to the left, get as close to the curb as possible, stop, crank your wheels completely to the right, check your blind spot again, check behind you because people will do that, so you want to be prepared for that. Back up, and then you can follow through. There you go, see how simple that was? 3-point turn. So you don't want to go in other people's driveways, alright? It's not your property. Theirs. So technically speaking, the front of your bumper should never cross the curb. All right. When it's safe, I want you to pass this vehicle, signal, check blind spot, pass. There you go. Signal when you go back. Obviously, we would never make you do that, but you know, just giving you a heads up. Make sure you always follow the speed limit. Actually, got an ID over here. When it's safe, pull over to the right. I'd like you to do a downhill park without a curb. Downhill park. Signal as you're approaching, right? Stop, come to a complete stop. Here there's no curb, you're going downhill. In the event that your brakes would fail, which direction would you want your vehicle to go? Over here, it's to the right. So you would crank your wheels to the right, all the way to the right, like that. Put your vehicle in park. If you want, while you're still in drive, crank your wheels all the way to the right, drive a little bit forward, right like that. Put it in park. Put your emergency brakes on, and then you're done. All right. When it's safe to do so, proceed. Take off your emergency brakes. Put the vehicle in drive, and then adjust your wheels. All right. Signal. Check your blind spots, and then proceed. But now let's do it the other way. When it's safe to do so, I want you to do a 3-point turn. Signal. Alright, I want you to pull over to the right side of the road. I want you to do an uphill park, no curb. So now we have no curb. So you have your signal on. You would turn your tires all the way to the right again. Alright? If your brakes and emergency brakes give out, what direction do you want your car to go? You want it to go to the right like that, into the woods like that. Right? Rather than going into oncoming traffic. So let's put it back here. Wheels tend to the right. Signal light's still on. When it's safe to do so, proceed. Put your signal to the left. Check your rear mirrors, the blind spots, shoulder check. Put in drive. Double check your blind spot and behind you. And then proceed. No stop, but I want you to turn left. And stop line. There you go. Stop line in this case would be here. Okay? Because this to me looks like side of the road, the shoulder of the road could be used for pedestrians or cyclists. So your initial stop would be here. When it's safe to do so, we're going to turn left. So your signal's on, we're turning left, we're waiting. Might be a while, there's a lot of traffic. They're letting him go. They're going to let me go. Doesn't matter, we're going anyways. See? The arrow's telling you go to the right. You should always drive on the right side of the road. Especially when there's two lanes. In the right lane. When it's safe, we're going to turn left at the traffic light, signal, go in the turning lane. You want to follow the yellow line in, alright? A lot of people, they cut in at the end. You don't want to do that, alright? You literally want to follow the yellow line in. So signal to the left. As you approach here, check your mirror, your blind spot, follow the curb. Not literally like that, but you get the idea. And then come to a complete stop. Right there. You're waiting, looking to the left, right, observing. It gets a little awkward sometimes, but that's okay. You're on a test. So in this case, I believe the red light right here would be the turning light. Okay, so we have the turning light. You want to follow the line. There you go. You don't want to touch the lines. You don't want to touch the yellow line. You don't want to touch the white line. Turn right when it's safe to do so. We're going to go here. And I want you to go all the way to the back. Straight park forward. There you go. Put in park. Turn off the engine. Now your road test is done. I probably forgot some stuff, but that's just a quick, little example of a road test. Just give you a little idea of how it might go. Get you slightly prepared. Alright, after this is done, the examiner is going to tell you if you succeeded or if you did not meet ministry standards, which pretty much means that you failed, right? And then they're going to take a few minutes to go over some major mistakes that you may have made, and if everything went well, they'll pretty much tell you to have a good day. If you made one major mistake, they may point that out just to inform you, even though you probably won't listen at this point because you passed. But yeah, so they'll tell you have met ministry standards or you did not. They'll ask you if you have any questions, and then they'll tell you to go inside. Here's your license, here's your copy of the test, and go get your new license. Congratulations, have a great day. You're going to get out, you're going to get, yay, I won, woo, yeah, yeah, I passed, yeah, I passed, woo, yes. This guy's the best examiner ever, even though he wasn't the one driving if you did good, or it's going to go the other way. You're going to cry in your car, sob for like 5 minutes, and you're going to get out of the car, you're going to go to your parents, and you're going to say, he failed me because he didn't like me, or because I did that, or this and that. Remember one thing, alright? You're there to do a road test. You're an adult. The examiner is not there to be your friend. They're there to examine your driving skills to make sure that you are a safe driver and that you will not put other lives at risk. And that is their only job. That is what they're trained to do. And they have rules standards, regulations, and the Highway Traffic Act laws that they have to apply, right? So if you break any of those, that's on you. You have to be prepared when you come for your road test. No one's going to do the test for you, so you might as well be as prepared as you can be. All right? If you fail, or if you did not meet ministry standards, you have to wait 10 days before you can schedule. Well, you can schedule your test, but I think you have to wait 10 days before you can actually do your next test. All right? So this would conclude your G1 exit, so your G2 license. If you pass, depending on your age, 0% alcohol until you're 21, and other than that, no restrictions. All right. Peace out. I'm going to start the next video, which will be your G2 exit test